So I'm kind of cold this week.
You're cold?
I am cold.
Wear a
I'm
long
cold in
sleeve.
here. Yeah, I could, but I didn't.
Well, you
So
should
now I'm
have.
cold.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made, that's for sure. This is the Block Party of Minecraft podcast, episode 167. We're your hosts, Bearded Sloth.
And Little C.
Get all our info at theblockpartymc.com.
Now let's get the block party started.
Howdy, Little C.
Hello.
It's a great day. It's a beautiful day. It's very nice outside.
No, it's not.
Looking.
It's cold outside.
Until you walk outside, it is cold. We are getting to that point, but it's supposed to warm up again next week up here in Northeast Indiana. Gonna be back in the 70s next week.
Don't you love Indiana weather?
I do, actually.
I
It's
don't.
nice until
then
about
you get-
January or February. I don't like it
Because
so
you just
much.
keep getting sick. Because it's like warm weather, cold weather, warm weather, cold weather.
That's a skill
And then it's
issue
like
on your
blah.
end. I'm not sick.
Okay, I'm not either, but this weather doesn't help with allergies and stuff.
Sinuses. All right, well, I don't think anybody wants to talk about anything this week. We did not get any comments of
So
the
thanks
week.
for listening.
So I guess they don't want the show anymore. I mean, that's all I can take from this is, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to end it. What do you think there, Little C?
Thanks for listening.
There you go. I do have some comments about the weather. We're talking about weather here.
Jeez, the old people discussion.
John Derry says
Weather.
it's surprisingly warm here for this time of year. It was 80 degrees last week, and the average is 45 degrees.
That's great.
I'm not going to give out where he lives. He can do that himself, but it is the northern country. Let's put it that way. All right. Yeah, so no comments of the week this week. I don't know what you guys are doing out there. I'd like to know. That's kind of what the comments are all about. What are you guys doing for Minecraft? What are you doing? Love to hear from you. Join our Discord. There's a contact form on our website. You can email us, contact@theblockpartymc.com. There's many ways to get your comments in. No excuses. Get them in. We can talk about Minecraft a little bit. Little C, what do you have to talk about?
Bundles came out.
Bundles did. We're going to get to that. We'll have the changelogs here in a little while.
And hardcore mode for Bedrock, but mostly bundles.
Bundles are exciting. I'm loving them. I haven't got to play with them too much, but I love them. I'm glad they're here.
You don't even play Minecraft. Why are you...
Hey, I have something to talk about on my section. We'll get to that.
Sure.
All right.
I started working on a new store on Jericho.
A new store?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Giant.
Yeah.
Huge.
What's it
It's going to
called?
be... I don't know yet.
Oh, don't
I
know.
might change their
It's a
name.
giant. So you're like mega store here.
Yeah. It's going
Big
back
business, huh?
from season 1 of Jericho SMP and season 2 and kind of season 3 because I had them all. But combining all 3 of those because all 3 of those were based off of Sahara, off of Hermitcraft. I forget
Okay.
which season.
Yeah.
But
I
if you
remember
watch
that.
old Hermitcraft Sahara or Sahara, whatever you want to call it, that is what have always based stores off of. So I'm doing it now only to a much bigger scale into what I always imagined the store to be when I built it in the past.
Nice.
Only now I'm just building it.
I'll be curious to see what all you sell there. Pretty much everything then. That's what I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. From our live chat, Wire Guy here says, busy playing hardcore on Bedrock 4 whole days.
Wow, in-game Minecraft days or real life days?
It's pretty awesome. I did
Because
play
if you
around
can
with that.
survive in 4 days in hardcore Minecraft just in-game, that's not very impressive. But 4 days of constant playtime in hardcore Minecraft is impressive.
That is impressive. Absolutely. I did play around a little bit in hardcore. That's something I forgot to put in the notes, but we ended up putting it on our little mini computer.
Mm-hmm.
From
a server.
That we have a little server running on just kind of to test things. And I was curious if there was a command just to turn hardcore on or what you could do. Basically, you have to create the world on one of our local devices and then move it over. But we got it working. And I think that could be a fun thing it'd have to be some trusted players or something like that like our family or something. But I think that could be a fun thing to do. Just have a server running that is hardcore, and hey, when you're done, you're done.
I think it would be fun to do every time an update comes out or something, maybe with Jericho, and then everyone or like some Jericho people are invited.
Right. Yep.
and then
Maybe a separate application process or something.
it's super hardcore.
So,
And maybe
yeah.
like after 2 weeks of the server being up, everyone alive, and then you can like kill each other or something, and then just whoever wins
That could be
gets
cool. Like keep PvP
off
off
for like a week
yeah,
or two,
and then
and
just
then
turn
just
it
to see
on.
who dies by just the game, and
Right.
then basically like rules, but not really. Like
Mhm.
somewhat considerate rules, but not Jericho rules. Like you can go to Nether whenever you want,
Right.
end whenever
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
a Minecraft world. And then
Hmm.
maybe we see whoever gets to the end of it, whoever's the last person to survive on the server, and maybe they get something on the main server.
That
I don't know.
that could be a lot of
Could
fun,
be fun.
actually. Yeah, we'll have
I was
to
working on
figure
a
that out. So if you're interested, if you are a player on Jericho SMP, let us know what you think on that. Leave it in comments of the week. That'd be a great place for that, and then we'll know.
Mhm.
I'm trying
Boom.
here. I'm trying to bring in the listeners for participation here. All right. Now those bundles, you have a note here. You're gonna pack them up. Is that what you're gonna do?
I'm gonna sell them.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna sell like 64 items, but a lot of different items for a few diamonds a bundle kind of thing.
Yeah, I kind of like
One will be
that.
food, so you get a few different types of food. One will be a redstone bundle, which I think will do well.
I kind of think
It's a bunch of different redstone things.
kind of selling almost like Lego sets and have them in like they come in the bag separately and maybe have directions or something separately and book and quills or I think we could do something there. Make it Lego sets and build a house.
If you're gonna do that, use shulker boxes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because you'd need
Yeah,
a
we
lot of
have
items.
shulker bucks. Oh, I'll put the bundles in. Does that
Bundles?
work?
Yeah.
Bundles inside shulker
Yeah.
boxes full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
It's
there you
still
go.
storing the exact same amount of items. It's just the different
That
amount of
is
items.
true. Right.
I don't get why you're so hyped about like the things you say that you're excited for about bundles. Everyone's done with shulkers forever.
Right, but I can't get to shulkers like that's something I've thought about since hardcore is out on Bedrock now is starting a hardcore, doing a live stream
You
or
wouldn't
something.
last 3 days,
know.
or it wouldn't be entertaining because you just stay in a cave the
Well,
whole
that
time.
might be more accurate. But my thought is early game, and I play a long early game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, bundles are great for early game. I
That's
love
what
them.
I'm saying.
I'm not saying
So
anything against
they'd
it.
be really
I just don't get it
good.
because you play on Jericho right now, and you all these things you're
But
like,
I'm still not going to the end by myself.
Once we get bundles, I'll be able to do this.
I'm still early game.
You have shulker boxes.
It's only been 10 months, little C. I'm still early game.
You have shulkers.
I know.
Use them.
But I didn't get them myself.
Okay. You can't even kill a spider to get a bundle, so you die to a spider.
Probably. I don't kill. So my source of string is not spiders.
Oh no.
My source of string is totally going to villages and killing the cats. That's how I get string. Because spiders are too scary.
So you don't kill sheep either? You just kill the cats for string to craft wool to craft a bed? You only kill cats to get wool?
There you go. Wool farm with cats. I love it.
It's an iron farm, but it automatically burns all of the iron and all of the poppies. It just keeps the string.
I like it. Man, I gotta do that. That's the way to do it. Speaking of her cat, so
in real life, wow, that's a transition and a half.
I know,
right there. Yeah, I kill cats in Minecraft. Speaking of our cat,
well, you know, she doesn't like me very much. Maybe that's why I kill cats in Minecraft.
No, maybe she doesn't like you because you kill cats in Minecraft.
That might be. All right. Well, I did play a little Minecraft this week.
I don't believe it.
I did. Actually, this morning.
I don't believe it. I didn't see you on Jericho.
No, I was not on Jericho. I have an old laptop, and I put it on there, and I'm just messing around with the old laptop. But anyways, I started up Minecraft. I forgot that they added kind of a tutorial type of thing.
Which version?
Bedrock.
Okay.
The newest, latest.
Okay.
And it's not like the tutorial we used to have, right?
No, it's not that good.
Yeah,
it's
not like
awesome,
that.
Well-made map.
But for instance, you start and you're walking and it tells you, hey, press spacebar to jump. And it just gives you some hints and tips. And
does it pop up in the top right corner as like a little slide over and back?
Yeah.
Java's had that for a while. I always hate it because
Right,
I
and you can
played
turn it
forever.
off, but I totally forgot because I haven't
Yeah,
played
there's so
brand
many
new for a
tutorial
long time.
things. That's what I noticed on Jericho. When you get close to another player, it'll pop up with press T to enter chat or hit this button to emote sometimes.
Oh,
There's
okay.
like a little tutorial thing.
Oh, yeah, and I like that. I think that's a
It's
good
fine,
step. I
but
think it's good for new players.
I think if it's added and you've had Minecraft for a while, it should be off by default
Okay.
and then only turned on for new players.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that
I don't even know if there is a way to toggle it off on Bedrock. There probably is.
Yeah, there's a toggle in. Well, at least this morning when I just played for I don't know 10 minutes and it did not play well on that laptop. That laptop is old. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I might put Java Edition on it
Java
and
could run with enough optimization mods.
just see how it runs on there because I mean it's got SSD now. It's got
Yeah, an
RAM, all
SSD
that
has
stuff.
it doesn't no,
So
you need more than that to run Minecraft. Minecraft's super CPU intensive.
right, and the
And
CPU.
GPU.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll
GPU if you're
get
using
into it.
shaders.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can just transition into real life then, and I'll talk about
Yeah.
these laptops. Yeah, basically it came up with Windows 8, I believe, on this laptop. I got it from somebody at church. He hasn't used it in many, many years and wasn't doing anything with it. It is a laptop. It's like HP 15. I forget the rest of it. It is AMD. And I looked up the AMD, whatever that is, because I don't know those very well. I'm more of an Intel guy. And it says it's like equivalent of like third or fourth gen i3, I
Oh,
want to
it's so
say.
bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But I did throw a small 2.5-inch SATA SSD in there. Instead of the hard drive, it had 500 gig hard drive in it and threw the SSD in. That helped a lot. I put 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM in, 2 8 gig sticks, basically. And it's all right. I mean, it plays, it's touch screen. The build quality on the laptop's good. I may keep it around just for like remoting into my machine and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I played around. I put Linux on it for a while this week. I've done different stuff. It's just fun. It's more to play. And then I grabbed my old laptop that I had. It's a Elite book from like 2011. I want to say is the manufacturer date. But it's actually decent. It already has an SSD in it, and it's only got 8 gigs of DDR3. So maybe I'll swap out where the RAM's going here. I don't know. Oh, I put Windows 11 on that other old one too. That might be part of the problem that it's got
Yeah.
Windows 11 on it. And this Elite book has Windows 10, and I had to get rid of it because it stopped being able to play Minecraft, and that was not going to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought it in like 2020 is when I bought it. And it was like refurbished or whatever at the time. But it was like I want to say the 1.16.200 update, something like that. And that's when it wasn't supported. They wouldn't let me update anymore. I'd love to try to figure it out if I could get it going and like circumvent their requirement, basically bypass it. I'm sure there's got to be a way, right? I mean, there's always a way. I love the build of it. It's nice and bulky. I like that. It's sturdy. It's really nice. I mean, I get that it's old and everything, but it'd be great. It's a Intel i5 Gen 2, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'd love to hear from the listeners what they think of it and which one I should put more time into and effort. I'd probably just mess around. I think there's another laptop we got laying around here, an old laptop that I might try to do something with, wipe that one too. And I think Linux might be the way to go on some of these, though.
Maybe. I mean, use an older Linux that can run Parsec or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Because the newest Ubuntu doesn't have Parsec.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know what to do with them. Yeah, that's what I've been messing with. I've had fun though. Part of the reason is because of my job, I'm messing with some older laptops there, but we have a certain way we have to do it and utilize them. And so it's fun at home to kind of play around with it. And it's interesting to see what can and can't play Minecraft and things I would think would work better aren't allowed and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't get that because if it can run on some of these cheap phones, like why can't it run on these laptops?
Because it's coded in a different way for. I mean, it's coded a little different for. There's
I
better.
I mean, I guess I could put Pocket
I mean,
Edition.
look at
Well,
look at a good phone running Minecraft and a okay computer running Minecraft.
yeah,
It just looks better on computer. Bedrock
that is
Edition.
true.
Because
Uh,
there's a few things that are done differently.
hmm.
So it's just better. And phones can't run it well. They're running it at 2 chunk render distance.
That is
Like,
true too. So maybe if I change some settings around, maybe I can make it run smoother.
yeah,
I
if you're
didn't get
trying to.
to play around too much, and that's the other thing I noticed too on the first laptop I talked about. Doesn't have Bluetooth on it,
Mhm.
and I looked at the Wi-Fi card too, and there's only one antenna, and I guess that's odd. Usually they have two
Yeah.
antennas on them or two hookups, so I don't know because I thought about just upgrading that if it's worth it. I just don't know if it's worth it or not. And I'll end up probably either selling them just for whatever cost I have into them, at least that first one, and then I'll build something better. I'd love to still get a desktop, get an actual machine going at some point with your old parts
Mhm.
because I like free parts.
Yeah.
They're nice.
They're free for you, but also if I need one, I'm taking it. So
Yeah,
you'll be
and John
without a
Derry
random
on our
part.
live chat, he's got all kinds of stuff to say about this, so I might have to talk to him later after the show. Little, see what you've been up to this week since I've been playing around
School.
with laptops.
School.
School, just
School.
school. Is it hard this
No,
year? No,
not really.
no. A-
I don't it
Anything in particular you're
no,
doing, or
just
anything
that's it.
fun?
That's
Just
it.
stuff.
Just
Okay.
school. And then also did some tech preparation stuff for Sunday since we have a baptismal service going on at church and been messing with getting it so we can have the camera like zoomed into the baptismal on the TVs so that people in the pews can see it better
Right.
and
Makes
just
sense.
messing with that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun playing around with that. We kind of still mess with our TSP server stuff and things like that at church. And it's cool to kind of figure out how that stuff works because it can play into all kinds of things, even like running a Minecraft server. And once you start understanding how networks and some of that stuff works,
I don't get why
and
the
you can get it
RTSP
all
server doesn't
together.
work.
I don't get why
Well,
it's not working
or
either.
it works when we're live on YouTube, but that's it. We gotta fix that because
Yeah.
that's a solution to a lot of problems.
Yeah. I think that could be fun. All right, let's get back to Minecraft stuff.
The past week of Minecraft, all info from Minecraft.net.
Yay! So we've already talked about the big stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bundles coming, hardcore mode. But anyways, they have a drop. That's what they're called now. They're drops. Minecraft Java 1.21.2 Bundles of Bravery game drop. Came out Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. The highlights here, and this is very summarized, by the way. Added bundles. Enabled hardcore mode for realms. Updated the world creation screen for realms. Trial chambers have been updated with new variations. Added baby versions of dolphins, squids, and glow squids. It's about time there, Java Edition. Added salmon variants.
That's
Oh.
it. There's no reason. I'm leaving Bedrock. Sorry. Nope. We have they have big
that
salmon.
was our exclusive,
They have big
man.
salmon now. What do we have on
That
Bedrock
Java has
now?
it too.
Jeez.
All
Now we have
right.
nothing.
Sneaking while bouncing on a slime block will no longer cause fall damage. Thrown ender pearls now load and tick chunks. That's really interesting now. So the ender pearl
That's a
will
good thing.
load chunks. Yep. So it'll just keep going.
Build an independent cannon and go 20,000 blocks in one button press.
Exactly. There's going to be some crazy stuff with that. Redstone torches have been given a new look to give them a unique and distinctive identity. Equipping a carved pumpkin on your head now removes the player marker from other players' maps. Various items and blocks have had their assigned rarities changed. The game will now limit the maximum frame rate when it is minimized or when the player is AFK. I wonder how long AFK, what they consider AFK. I'd be
I don't know if
curious
I
on
like
that.
that
Yeah, I don't know
because like it
either.
might mess with farms. Well, it shouldn't mess with farms because it's player and not. But I guess if you're in single player, it
Yeah,
could.
it's just frame rate.
Yeah, but that still could mess with a few things. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. and improvements to the game's performance, and many, many
I
more
find it
in
so
this
funny.
stuff.
They added hardcore mode to Realms, which is probably like a 3-minute task, but they just haven't done it for years. And they did it only because they had to, because the name of the drop was Bundles of Bravery.
Right.
So they had to get
Yeah, they
hardcore
had
in
to
there
do
for
something
Java
with it,
somehow.
right? Yeah. Well, it's cool though. That's nice.
Yeah, no one
You
uses
can do it.
Realms.
Nobody uses it on Java. Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
uses Realms
Yeah. No.
at all.
No
There's
reason
no
to.
reason to when servers exist.
All right, and we have Minecraft Bedrock 1.21.40. Hey, and guess what? It's also called Bundles of Bravery Game Drop.
Crazy turn of events there.
It also came out about the same time, Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. Highlights. Hey, it's the same highlight. Oh, well, no. They added hardcore mode. We did not have this before in the actual game on Bedrock. Now we do, and it works well. There is a note on this particular one. It says, we're confident that hardcore mode will run smoothly for most Bedrock players, but we're
Most.
we're still working on quashing some smaller bugs.
Cough, cough. Randomly taking a deadly amount of damage
Well,
when getting out of a minecart.
yeah, give me a second on this because it's kind of funny what we get to. Two of these impact multiplayer gameplay, one related to low internet speeds, and another when replacing a creative mode realm with a hardcore mode world. While we develop a fix for these final bugs, we recommend all players regularly back up their worlds and check below for more detailed information on factors that might trigger them. Known issue: replacing an existing realm's creative world with a hardcore world, or vice versa, may corrupt some world settings for the newly uploaded world. It is safest to only replace a survival mode world with a hardcore mode world to avoid these issues. All right, and back to the highlights. Added bundles, items, and blocks in the creative inventory have been reorganized with the goal of making overall sorting more intuitive. Added Minecraft for PlayStation 5, an enhanced version of the game for PlayStation 5 users that better utilizes the hardware for smoother performance.
About time. Any PS5 players out there? How
I'd
much
love to
better
hear
it is.
about
I
it.
bet it's
Yeah,
way
I
better.
really want to hear about it.
Because I heard
So
because
leave comments for the show.
it was
We'll
just a
get to it.
PS4
But
port, which was just a weird Windows X Xbox port. It never was a real port to PlayStation.
right, I know. So
Bedrock's been like
it would
Bedrock
be
on
awesome to have
PlayStation's
it
been the
optimized and ready to go. So I'll be curious, especially over the next week and stuff, what we hear on that. Our ability to support VR MR devices has come to an end and will no longer be supported in updates after March of 2025, when you will receive your final update. After you receive the final update, you will still receive updates on your PC and be able to play without a VR MR device. From this point on, you can keep building in your worlds, and your marketplace purchases, including mine coins, will continue to be available on a non VR MR graphics device, such as a computer monitor. You will no longer be able to use your VR MR device with Minecraft, as it will no longer be supported in the latest updates. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, okay. I'm sad about it, but also
When's the last time I played in VR?
that, and also if I wanted to play Minecraft VR, the Java VR mods are better because it allows you to use hand controllers and you punch trees, you place blocks. You don't use a controller while being in VR. You play Minecraft in VR,
Right.
which is something I don't like about a lot of VR games is you're using the VR headset as a screen
Yes.
instead of playing the game in
Right.
VR.
Right. Yeah, I get it. But and of course there's many more in the changes. But yeah, so bundles and hardcore
Hardcore.
mode for Bedrock. That's the main things. And then later in the day, the same
This is
day,
hilarious.
Minecraft Bedrock 1.21.41 actual release came out. Kind of a hot fix, but fixed issue where game mode and difficulty were not being preserved after uploading or replacing world and realm slot. It should now be safe to play hardcore on realms regardless of what kind of world the hardcore world is replacing. So all that note we just read a little
Yeah.
bit, they fixed it later in the
This
afternoon.
next one's actually a huge deal.
Fixed an issue where chunks created before 1.17.40 could behave as ocean biomes with ocean-like fog, sky color, and mob spawning.
This is a huge deal because now this is permanent damage to a ton of Minecraft worlds. In the Nether, there's now just sheep and pigs and ocean mobs spawning in some people's worlds.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Because of this
I wonder
update.
if we had that. We kind of had that in season 2 of Jericho.
Yeah, there was an issue like that.
There was an issue
we had
very
water
similar
in
to
our
that.
Nether.
Yeah, we had
And stone.
We had tons of water, tons of stone, just randomly, and then
But no,
and that was before the Nether.
This
update.
is the kind of update that or the kind of thing that shouldn't happen. I don't think they need to make sure this stuff doesn't happen because this is.
But I
that's
mean,
a permanent.
You
damage.
have all of these beta previews, and it never popped up. So why would you think it? I mean, looking at the developer side,
they
right?
just didn't test it on old worlds. They always test stuff on newer worlds.
That's true too. Yeah, but you would think it'd come about from somebody. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, nobody's putting their old worlds in the beta preview, I guess.
This is why you have to have backups.
Yes.
Backup
very important. Backup,
on different devices.
Backup. All right. So they got that hotfix out for Bedrock right away. However, Java Edition, they had to wait a day on. And that is Minecraft Java 1.21.3 hotfix, Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. Bugs fixed. Attempting to join a realm with a resource pack enabled fails with an error. Salmon from 1.21.1 or before shrink when updating to 1.21.2. This version will upgrade any small salmon from previous versions into medium variants, including any from 1.21.2.
That's fishy.
It's just, who cares what size the salmon is?
Wouldn't you be mad if you had a salmon collection in your Minecraft base and all of your fish, your medium-sized salmon because you were a Java player superior person in your mind, and then all your fish, instead of being the size they're supposed to be, the medium salmon, they're small salmon. It's offensive.
Say no to small salmon.
Say no to... That's going to be the Java thing. No big salmon.
I guess, yeah. It's just their way to protest the big salmon. All right. Moving on. And I'm kind of surprised by this, but they did go ahead and release a Minecraft Bedrock beta / preview.
This is crazy.
1.21.50.25.
Brand new features.
Came out Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. Additions here. Resin clumps are a new multi-face block dropped by the creaking heart when it is destroyed. Placed around the creaking heart when it's creaking, it is attacked.
Infinite blocks.
Wow, yes. Can be crafted into a block of resin.
The bean block is back. We had it with the poisonous potato prank update, and now we have bean block in real game.
I guess. I haven't seen it yet. This is the first time I've actually read
Imagine baked beans with a more orange saturation.
Beans. Okay.
That's what it looks like.
All right. Can be hardened into resin bricks in a furnace. Can be used. So it's kind of like bricks, right?
Yeah.
Like clay and bricks. Okay. Can be used to trim armor.
The armor trim looks amazing. It's so vibrant orange. I love it.
Oh, nice. Resin bricks can be crafted into the resin brick set. So you have brick block, stairs, walls, slabs, chiseled resin brick block. Both can be found in chests in the woodland mansion. Blocks of resin can be crafted into a creaking heart using 2 pale oak logs. Oh, so you can craft a creaking heart? Ooh, I see. That's
Blocks
interesting.
Of resin can be crafted into a creaking heart.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
That's kind of, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. There's going to be a bajillion.
But now you can put them wherever you want.
I'm gonna have. Well, you could do that before Silk Touch. I'm going to have millions of creakings around my base now at night.
Uh-oh. Eye blossoms are new flowers that generate in the pale garden biome. Unique features here. They exist in 2 variants, closed and open eye blossom. Eye blossoms transition between the 2 variants based on the time of day. During the night, eye blossoms will become open. During the day, they will become closed. In dimensions that do not have day-night cycle, they will remain as is. Eye blossoms planted on the ground will communicate with each other, helping each other to open or close. Open eye blossoms have glowing eyes during the night. Eye blossoms can be obtained by bone mealing the grass in the pale garden biome. Bees get poisoned when they interact with eye blossoms.
I hate this so much. This is the stupidest feature. So we can't have a 2-pixel mob in mangrove swamps because it's poisonous to frogs, but we can have
kill
a
the bees.
flower that kills the bees.
Well,
Mojang,
hey,
fight me.
Hey, be quiet here. They're going to end up taking it out here because
I don't care. I want fireflies, and I won't stop until
Where's our fireflies?
I want my 2-pixel mob.
And that is funny because bees have problems too.
And
so.
yes, I'm still mad. If you've listened to this podcast since Fireflies were ever announced, I was so excited for them, and I have been mad about them ever since. Anytime they come up, I turn into a little ball of rage.
I can tell. All right, moving on. Suspicious stew made from eye blossom will have blindness or nausea effect depending on the variant.
I like that you can get the nausea effect. I don't think there's a way you can get that besides maybe random.
Isn't that when you eat the
maybe there
the
might be a few
pufferfish?
things. Yeah, you get it mixed with other things though. But just nausea effect. Being able to get it in survival is fun.
Okay. Gray or orange dye can be crafted from closed and open blossoms, respectively. Further adjusted the color of the pale garden sky at the horizon to more closely match Java. Increased frequency of the pale hanging moss ambient sound. Pale hanging moss no longer generates on pale oak trees grown from pale oak saplings. Naturally generated creaking hearts now drop 20 to 24 experience even when collected with Silk Touch.
So there's going to be some bugs that they'll fix right away. But imagine if you could just keep placing it and picking it up. They've probably fixed that. Thinking. But they'll probably fix that, which I would hope because that'd be an abusive feature. But
you're
just placing, picking up, placing, picking up, placing,
mentioned
picking up.
It here.
I mean,
tells me that they're intentionally doing it.
That's not a lot of experience.
No, it's not.
Still, infinitely renewable, especially in Java with offhand.
I wonder
where you
if
can
their
place
thinking is because if you do it at night, then you're gonna have the creaking.
Or because it's because you can craft them, so the naturally generate. That's where, it's naturally generating. So if you place it, it's not naturally generating anymore. It's like the
so you only do it the first time.
It's like the warden spawners.
Yeah,
I see now.
Got it. Increased frequency of the creaking heart ambient sound. Increase the speed of aggravated creakings. Creakings now deal more attack damage. When a creaking heart is destroyed, its creaking will now twitch for a few seconds before crumbling. Creaking spawned by a creaking heart will crumble when stuck in a hole with a player for more than 5 seconds. This prevents a potential soft lock, as the invulnerable creaking would prevent the player from mining or placing any blocks, requiring them to exit and re-enter the world to force the creaking to despawn.
The creaking is such a hard mob to defeat, you have to dig a 2-block hole.
Yeah.
It's so hard to defeat. You dig a little hole around it.
Okay.
And it falls into the hole.
Yeah.
And you've beat the creaking. And now you can get infinite resin blocks. You're welcome. That's all you need to do.
There's your farm right there. This prevents a potential soft lock. Yeah. Okay. I already read that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. A creaking crumbling now causes nearby skulk catalyst to bloom. However, no skulk will be placed since the creaking does not drop any XP. The creaking's walking animation has been updated. The creaking's attack animation has been updated. A creaking spawned by a creaking heart no longer avoids damaging blocks. A creaking spawned by command or spawn egg is no longer invulnerable to fire and lava. A creaking spawned by command or spawn egg now avoids damaging blocks. And there's much, much more. Of course, they want to hear your feedback. There's always links in the actual changelogs, and we'll have links to all the changelogs. There's one link in our description, takes you to all of them, whichever one you want to read, and get all the you can really nerd out on the details there.
I try not to nerd out about the details because once the update comes out, it's going to be completely different.
Yes.
And then also,
exactly.
it's fine to know about what you're getting into, but I found this out from going to the trial chamber. I really knew nothing. The only bits I got were what I remembered from changelogs, which was very little, and then like I didn't know how they functioned. So in the video
Right.
I made with the trial chamber, it's just funny. At the start, I'm like, "What does this do? What does this do? What does this do?" And then at the end, I'm like, "Oh, that's what this does." And it's fun to have those experiences because it brings back the original Minecraft first night experience in new
Yeah, and
structures
it's
and
so
stuff.
hard to get that feeling back.
And I totally did with the trial
That's
chamber.
awesome.
So it was
That's
nice.
really cool. Yeah, and I love that they are keep bringing in these things. I love like that changelog we just read. There's new features nobody saw coming. We we see them in the beta preview, but if you're
Bean
not
block.
playing that and you're not
Once it comes
maybe
out, you're
paying
like,
attention,
whoa.
right? It's just there.
Yeah,
Right? And it's
they have the
fun
little pop-up on
figuring that
Bedrock
out.
when there's an update and it tells you about the update, which I
Yeah.
like overall, but I kind of wish it was not a pop-up. I wish it was in the corner, maybe like a little notification thing.
Gotcha.
So then, let's say you didn't click on it, you go into your survival world, you go exploring, and you find this grayed out dark forest.
Right.
You have no idea what this is.
And I go back and forth. How much of the details do I want to know before I play? Or I've done this with other games. I've
Yeah.
watched YouTubers and I might know everything about the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually makes me want to play it more.
Yeah, it depends on the game.
Yeah,
Sandbox
it
games,
just
I
goes
like
back and
knowing,
forth.
but like story games or
Mhm.
like Hogwarts Legacy, for instance, like just the open worldness. Even I haven't watched videos about it because I'll figure it out. I'm experiencing the game, and there might be games that I want to play that I might have seen maybe a cinematic edit of the game with music or something cool like that, and maybe even it spoils a tad bit of the story. But that keeps me motivated to play said game because it's like, well, that was epic. I want to go play this game.
Right.
So it just depends on what it is and what the game is.
I hope we're not ruining Minecraft for players by telling them all the changelogs.
And if we are, you can subscribe for 99 cents a month and hear more of it.
Hey, speaking of that, we're still at 2 subscribers. Love to have
We
more.
need at least 4, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get to
I
4.
would really like to. I mean, for our expenses, just to keep like, stuff around, we need need a lot more subscribers, but that's okay. We have fun doing this. It's fun to have the community and we've actually got several Jericho players that knew nothing about it until they heard the podcast, so that's awesome. All right, let's move on.
It's time for do.
Listener questions.
Our first question comes from John Derry. What is the estimated amount of mobs in Minecraft that you have killed this year?
All right, well, I took my shoes and socks off. I started
boy.
counting them. I'm going to say probably around 23. No?
No.
You don't think that's accurate?
No. 23
yeah.
have killed you, maybe.
That might be more accurate. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue.
So I went back. I knew I hit 100k mobs in total for Bedrock Edition this year, and I'm up to 144,000. So that's probably at least 60,000 mobs just on Bedrock Edition. A lot of that's from my gold farm, but still, that's a lot. And then just in that Java Edition world that I started with a few friends, I have an Enderman farm. I've killed about 15,000 Endermen in 2 weeks. So
I
don't know.
I'd be curious what the number is.
My
if you're
conservative
just
estimate
survival
would be
and
like
not farms like that.
my conservative estimate with farms and everything would be like 60,000
Okay.
overall, and without farms it'd be like 10k.
You think it'd be that high?
Yeah.
Without farms?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
you're
still kill a lot
constantly-
of stuff.
Yeah, and I don't. Like, I mean, a lot of times I'll just run away. I'll just run right by them
Mhm.
and not even worry about them.
I've killed.
I don't think
Let's
I've
see,
killed that
I think
many.
I've killed like 15 wardens.
Obviously, I
on
have
Jericho.
like. I mean, does it count that I have my iron farm going and my
No,
cats and
because
all
it doesn't
that?
count as a kill. If it's a
Gotcha.
trident killer on Bedrock Edition, it counts as a kill, or on Java, like the Enderman farm
Right.
with Sweeping Edge.
Yep. Gotcha.
But yeah, I've killed 15 wardens, if that counts for anything. At least 15 that I know of that I've killed on
killed
Jericho.
like 2,
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3.
I've used the
way
wither
up in the air
to kill
but-
a warden.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
I've killed 2 withers by myself. Well, one was with a warden, but by myself, no other players. And then I just fought a wither. I hate bedrock withers. I totally died when I fought it and everything.
Yeah, they're bad. They're really hard. Yeah, I don't know. It's not very many. I don't do that
Yeah.
much stuff. I usually build my farm,
And
stay
if you start
underground a
counting
lot.
pigs and sheep and chickens, those kind of mobs,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
put
I've probably
villagers
got
into the mix, my
no.
number's gonna be a lot higher. I have to go through
Save the villagers.
my villager farm or my
Yeah.
villager hall
Yeah.
on Jericho is totally broken. I think I'm just
Yeah.
gonna kill all my villagers and start over somewhere else, farther away from my base.
Yeah, they get weird. You got to be very precise on that.
I have noticed Java villagers actually link to workstations
Yes.
for real. Like
Yes.
for real this time, they're linking to that workstation and they're
Yes.
like, "This is my table. Don't look at it," and no one looks at it. And you can just have them wandering around, and they'll always go back to their little workstation. On Bedrock, they have ADHD. They're like, "This is my workstation. Ooh, look at this workstation." Or I already have a profession locked in, but I'm gonna go look at this other profession's table for no reason.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, Bedrock's always struggled with that, with the workstation. Now I do it a little different. Like my iron farm, I have all my villagers, they're free roaming. They can get to anybody else's workstation.
Wire guy here in our live chat said, "Hey, Bedrock villagers link to workstations too. They just prefer them to be 78 chunks away."
Exactly.
so true.
That is very true. And then trying to find it and delink them.
Just
and,
watching a villager walk across the entire continent on Jericho just to get to the workstation on the other side.
Exactly.
And then it delinks once it gets there.
Yeah. You put all this work in, you get to your last one, and then somebody else links to something else.
You place a bed.
Always.
The world ends.
Yes. If you seem to like villagers, if you're a person that says, "Oh, I love villagers,"
They're not that bad.
you have not played
Bedrock villagers.
Bedrock and done anything
Maybe
with them.
put them in the end. Maybe that would help.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know a lot of
mean,
people build their
do.
stuff in the end so they never
Mhm.
sleep or want to sleep.
Yeah. Man, there's got to be a fix,
They do
right?
still sleep in the end.
I've done the water thing before.
That helps.
Yeah,
That fixes
I've
it.
put water.
The
Yep.
problem is I placed a bed in my trading hall. No, I started placing workstations because I was finishing my storage room.
Mhm.
And I thought, okay, they're linked to theirs. On Java, it's fine. Legacy Edition, it was, I guess, yeah, it was fine. We could link everything.
Right.
It
We
was not.
We didn't even have them like this, did we? On Legacy?
Yeah, we did. Bedrock Edition came out with the B update 1.15.
Oh, that's right.
So we did get that. But yeah, they were not fine. My villager hall is ruined. I'm not gonna try to fix it. I'm just
Right.
gonna start
Man,
over.
we got off track there.
Huh.
All right, moving on. Second listener question here comes from Kangamar. Delighted to see that Little C began trekking across the Minecraft map.
Like the villagers are.
There is something quite exciting about continually discovering new terrain and being limited in what you can carry with you. I now always travel west with the motto, West is best. Can you work out why I always travel west?
So now, why was that? You said that, and it was written like it was out of a kid's cartoon show. Can you figure out why I always travel west?
It's like Dr. Seuss book or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So now with bundles, I want to do more exploring because I can pick up all the random stuff, the little things, the flowers and the beehives and everything that I'm never going to get a stack of, one of them, put it in a bundle. Boom, I have it all. And I can store a lot more random items because when I explore, I pick up random items. I pick up the banners from like pillagers or whatever. Just I like collecting random things I find.
Yeah, that is nice.
Maybe you travel. I have two theories. Maybe west because the Wild West.
It's because where I live, we're west of where he lives. That's got to be it. I'm here.
Maybe it's
the best.
There's a Switchfoot song, Fading West. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Why do you travel west? You have to let us know.
All right. Well, I like to just stay home.
You don't do anything in Minecraft. I don't think you.
I just like to stay at home, just walk around.
You just walk around.
just
You don't
walk
even have a
around,
house.
look
You
around.
just have
No,
a hole in the ground that you
exactly.
walk
Yeah.
around.
I do not have a house this
You have
season.
like 20 unfinished projects and you just walk around
Yep, exactly.
and look at them
And I don't walk very far.
I should
I
finish
just
that.
stay right around like an old man. Go out, check the mail, come back.
It's like
that's it.
You're a hoarder too. You just
Yeah.
have these random
I do.
projects piling up everywhere,
Yeah,
and then you're
pretty
like,
much.
I should finish that. Oh,
When
well.
I do go out traveling, I usually take note of the direction I'm heading, and I use the sun to know which direction I'm going.
No, that's too fancy. I like playing on Jericho because I know 0-0
okay.
is shopping district.
That is true.
Or the main
so you
portal.
can always get back. Yeah.
And in the nether, 0-0, the main nether portal. 0-0 in the end, the main end island.
Yep.
In 0-0, I trust.
Yeah.
I can always find my way.
That is true.
Also, I didn't realize lodestones, speaking of exploring, they're actually awesome.
I've never used one.
So I only used one because on that Java SMP, got one, and our base is kind of tucked away in a cave somewhere, and it's hard to find. I mean, if you don't know the direction to go, but once you know the direction to go, you can find it. So we set one up in there. We just have the compass. We can always find our house. It's a compass leading you. It's like coordinates, but a bit less cheaty and more fun.
Yeah.
Lodestones are cool.
I can see how they're useful. I'm just like
They're
a coordinates guy. I just look at the coordinates and then I just remember the coordinates where I live. But
yeah,
I
but
don't know.
It's harder when you have like multiple areas, I guess, and then you can have the.
I do
lodestone
like the
renamed.
idea though, if you turn because they put those in, and if you remember, there was a lot of pushback on it, but they took away coordinates without losing cheats. Like you couldn't turn coordinates on.
I like it when coordinates were on maps.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
also, even though on Java you could have them on screen all the time, it's in the F3 menu.
Yeah.
So you don't have it on screen all the time.
Right.
I think that's better. Even if you took it away on screen all the time and just had it in chat on Bedrock, because let's be honest, if you're dying, you aren't gonna glimpse up at the coordinates if they're not there. You're not gonna hit F3 if you're dying.
Yeah, that is true. That would be a good balance, wouldn't it?
Because then you'd have your
because they were trying because it is kind of cheaty. I'll give you that.
You can get your recovery compass then, another feature, and actually use it.
Yeah, there you
Instead of, I took a screenshot right before I died, or I looked up at the coordinates and I know the number.
What do you think about when they did that, though? When they took coordinates out?
I'm against it. I just don't want it to be on screen all the time. But I'm against it being a cheat. It shouldn't be a cheat because you have to use it for farms. You have to use it for...
I agree. You gotta
nether
know.
portal linking.
You gotta know it. Yeah, especially the way the chunks are, all that
especially
kind of
on
stuff.
Jericho where we have to link portals or it becomes chaos.
Yeah, it would be really hard on a multiplayer server. All right, let's move on. Thank you for those questions. Get yours in every week, of course.
Now it's time for HolyBookworm's Joke of the Week.
What do you call a short mother?
HolyBookworm. I mean, a mini mom. I had to slide that in.
Yeah, you kind of got
slid in that little edit.
Hopefully she doesn't listen so you can actually eat dinner tonight.
The funny thing is on Jericho last night, she was playing and I was on, and that joke ran across because they're back on Jericho. And I said, no, the answer to the joke should be a HolyBookworm. And she's like, really?
Yeah, she doesn't get enough short jokes from anybody, does she?
No. She needs more. Everyone, make sure to go to the HolyBookworm channel on the block party and make a short joke.
There you go. All right. Thank you all for listening. Really appreciate you. We'd appreciate you more if you subscribe. 99 cents a month.
We appreciate you all equally, but we appreciate you more if you subscribe.
That's right.
Thanks for listening.
Exactly. You can get that link. We'll have it in our description or theblockpartymc.com.
Got thoughts or questions? Reach us on Discord or at contact@theblockpartymc.com.
Thank you for listening. I'm Bearded Sloth, and now I gotta eat my coffee.
And I'm Little C. Bye.